Hello, peoples of the internet. This is Eminough, and we are back with some more Mercury. And I promise to get a Mars video out today as well, so be on the lookout for that in the next couple of, in like the next half hour or hour. Just to give me time to record it and to edit it. Anyways, let's go ahead and unpause the game. And let's go ahead and put another culture point towards victory. Alright, and that's reset the timer. And now we have to wait another 2 hours to put a culture point towards victory. But in either case, let's go ahead and check where we are with the Eminough suite. We've got 59 minutes or 4 Genesis points worth of waiting. Let's not do that yet. Let's come over here to Yedborough. And we have 50 minutes left on the Aerostat platform, which I think I will actually rush. Let's go ahead and do that. That's going to be a major help with decreasing the temperature. And we're also going to be earning an appreciable amount of money from that. As you can see, we're earning 2,850 credits per minute from that. And the next order of business, I believe, should be to, well, we're researching the Eminough suite. While we're doing that, let's see what this is. Mining revenue by 200% for an hour? Sure, I'll go for that. Please bear with me, everybody. I'll be right back. Right, everybody, and we are back. I was messing around a little bit with the audio settings on my microphone, so if there's anything weird going on with like the volume or the sound quality, I apologize. I just noticed entirely too late that the microphone's uptake and like how much sound it's picking up on was way too high, and I tried adjusting it during the commercial break, so apologies if anything has been thrown horribly out of whack by that. Yeah, let's see if we can't increase our population limit. That's what I was trying to say. We can, but I still prefer to wait until we can just research the Hab complex. And for this, Eminough Beta has hit a payload of silver. Excellent. Now, there was a question asked, and I'm pulling that up on my laptop right now. There was a question asked about oxygen and about the Hab units, because he pointed out that the Hab dome adds a lot of water and also biomass when you're not using the biospheres option, and he asked how you can make it so that doesn't happen. And really, the only way that I'm aware of to make it so that you're not gaining biomass or water or oxygen from a Hab dome is to build a facility somewhere on the planet that counteracts that effect. So if you're trying to keep your water levels from rising too high, a good strategy would be, when you build a new Hab dome, also go ahead and build yourself a maybe either a geocistern right here because it takes out 4 water, and then upgrade it to maybe level 4 would do it. Level 3 or level 4, and that'll counteract the plus 20 water. Or you could go ahead and build an electrolysis plant, but that does kind of overkill the sure, let's go for that this time. It kind of overkills the water that you're taking away, and it does also add some oxygen. So if you're also trying to balance out oxygen growth, then you'd need to build a carbon fixer. And it kind of just starts going out of whack from there, because then you'd need to build a sequestration plant and upgrade it so that you can counteract the pressure. And actually, that's the end of that chain. But as you can see, balancing everything out precisely can be somewhat difficult, and the spaceport does help by giving you access to, for example, the Soletta, which helps manage the temperature on your planet, or the Sky Farm, which helps manage the need for water and biomass on your planet. And unfortunately, there's not a satellite that manages things like pressure and oxygen. But honestly, if you're trying to keep everything perfectly balanced without necessarily building any satellites, or just trying to keep things in balance that you can't balance with satellites, then I may actually save up for an additional colony, whether that's 5 million credits or 10 million credits, and then build a colony and use it mainly for building buildings that will balance out what you're trying to keep in check. And that's assuming that you don't want to just like build new random structures, or new structures randomly in your currently existing colonies. Like I would build an ice launcher in Yedborough if I were gaining way too much water per minute than I wanted to, and if I had the ice launcher researched and able to be built. And that's the only question relevant to the planet Mercury that I've received since last time. There is a question / some advice that another subscriber would like to have given in regards to Mars. So I will be sure to answer that question in the Mars video. So if you're watching this, and I hope you are, just wait for the Mars video to come out, probably around 12:30. As I'm recording this right now, it's 11:38. So in the next hour, I hope to have the Mars video also recorded, edited, and either uploaded or close to being uploaded. And while we're waiting for something new to happen, let's go ahead and check out our stats. We are currently at 719,618 millikelvin. Out of a as opposed to our goal of 287,000 millikelvin. And because of our level 2 aerostat platform, we are dropping at a rate of 60 millikelvin per minute. And in terms of pressure, we are growing at a rate of 4 pascals per minute. We currently have 205 pascals of air pressure, and our goal is 100,000 pascals. We currently do not have any oxygen growth or oxygen at all, because we simply don't have enough atmospheric pressure to keep the oxygen around that we may or may not be gaining. In terms of water, we also do not have any water on the planet, and our target level target water level is 431,372 centimeters. And you might be wondering, wait, and on Mars it was 600,000 centimeters. Isn't the water level goal constant across all the planets because of how much water Earth might have, or some other reason that we might need a certain minimum of water? And the answer is actually no. The goal amount of water has a lot more to do with how large the planet is and how varied the surface height is. Because if we had 600,000 centimeters of water on Mercury, that might mean that all of the land that we could be building on would be completely submerged, or maybe submerged by more than 100,000 centimeters of water. So it's a lot more important in terms of how much water we have on the planet as a goal, in terms of the planet size and the elevation change in the surface of the planet is much more integral in deciding how much water we're aiming for. And if I got any of that wrong, again, feel free to correct me in the comments. I love learning new things about pretty much everything. Cultural revenue boost by 200% for an hour. We do have cultural revenue now, but not enough to justify a second commercial break. So let's go ahead and decline that. The year is currently 2491 AD. We have 692,000 credits and growing relatively quickly. We are currently trying to increase pressure and also trying to increase population capacity. And our second objective will undoubtedly be to lower the pressure. Lower the temperature. And we are already pretty well on our way in terms of temperature lowering. We are currently earning 22,354 credits per minute, in part due to the mining revenue boost, which we obtained after a commercial break earlier on in the episode, and that is the current status report of Mercury. A research team in Eminough has announced the unexpectedly sudden completion of their research into Eminough Suite. Rumors from the campus suggest that the researchers went out for a meal and returned to find the solution left on a data pad in their lab, but the researchers insist this isn't the case. That's really interesting. I've only had that happen to me 1 or 2 times before, and I've played maybe 10 or 12 different worlds. Let's see. Yep, breakthrough, incoming transmission, mining revenue boost. No thanks, we've got it. Now, I think we do still have a space in Yedborough. Let's go ahead and build an Atmogen suite and go ahead and upgrade this hab unit. Except that we don't have enough credits. That's totally fine. We can wait until we do. It shouldn't be much longer. And while we wait, let's actually go ahead and take a look at Mercury as it currently stands. There's Yedborough passing in front of us. And there's our outpost up kind of maybe 20 degrees above the equator. They're just passed out of view. And Yedborough should be coming back into view any moment now. Yep. Nope, I don't think that's Yedborough. That might be, though. It's about the same latitude as Jedburgh. And we do have more outposts that could be. But in either case, I think this is about good for right now. So let's come back. And now we do have enough credits to upgrade. Oh. The facility, the thermal dust facility could be upgraded to level 10. Sure, let's go for that. Alright, and now let's go ahead and build and upgrade the hab unit. It'll take 37 minutes and 30 seconds. And that will give us a larger population cap. Not much of a larger population cap, but more of a population cap. Now, I wonder one more thing. Okay, so even if we had 2 level 10 hab units, we wouldn't have quite enough population space for any new habitation facilities, so at some point we will need to demolish a facility there if we want to continue to grow the size of Jedburgh. But for right now, this is a fine solution. Let's see, cultural revenue boost for an hour? No thanks, we don't need that right now. Now let's come back over to pressure. We are growing at a rate of 22 per minute, entirely from the level 10 thermal dust facility. So that's going to be incredibly useful. And also, I don't think that any level 10 facilities require maintenance. Yeah, so we're no longer paying to upkeep the thermal dust facility in Jedburgh, which is terrific, in my opinion. We are paying 2,000 credits per minute for the Aerostat Level 2 platform, though. But that's okay, because we are still earning money, and even without our mining revenue boost, we'd still be in the green. We'd still be earning money. So, while we wait for something new to happen, how about I ask you all a few questions now. Alright, so question number 1. How are you enjoying my playthrough of Mercury? It is a little bit slower going than Mars was. And there is the added difficulty of playing on expert mode because of all the unexpected twists and turns that are coming about on Mercury. And also sorry for the stuttering and all that. I'm still practicing speaking freeform like this, generating things to say, producing full sentences and like. So thanks for bearing with me through all of my stuttered and hesitant speech throughout these episodes. As I say, the best way to learn is to do, and this is a lot of doing in terms of actually speaking and not just speaking, but actually communicating information through my words rather than using filler words like or which I realize that I do actually use those filler words quite a bit, but I am also trying to get back on that. Now let's see what this transmission is advertising to us. Mining revenue boost. No thanks. Give me you're tired, you're poor. Cool. We can undo the +5 industrialness model in our government. So if we had looked at the culture tab after we accepted the level 2 upgrade, you would have seen that we had -5 financial growth and negative 5% population growth. But now, after we have accepted the +5% democracy shift, we're back to -10% financial growth and +10% population growth. And at this point in the game, there isn't a whole bunch we can do. Oh, look at that. We're actually gaining 1 millikelvin of temperature per minute from atmospheric thickening, which means we're now only decreasing at a rate of 59 millikelvin per minute instead of 60. That's pretty cool. And I think that's because we're just growing so dang fast in terms of pressure from the thermal dust generator. And again, nothing else has really changed all that much. We do seem to be earning a little bit less than before, but that's all totally fine. We would be growing at a rate of 28 population per minute, but we have literally no room anywhere to put more people. Now, what's this transmission? Cultural revenue boost for an hour? No thanks. We don't need that. And now question number 2 is, how do you feel about the current video length? Like I said in the last video, I tended to do 35... I tend to do on average about 35 minutes of video for TerraGenesis and 30 to 35 minutes of video for Minecraft. And those are really the two game series that I'm doing on my channel right now. So A, how do you feel about the current length of the videos for both series? And B, are there any games that you guys want to see me play? Because I do have a couple other games that I could play on this channel. Like I have Subnautica, I have Plague Incorporated, I have Five Nights at Freddy's 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I bet I could get a few other games to play if you asked me to give that game a try on my channel. So yeah, let me know if you want to see any new games on the channel, and if and how you feel about the current video lengths of each of my 2 series. And yeah, there's really not much more to do right now but wait for something new to happen. Because as it stands, we have 205,000 credits, and we are growing at a pretty appreciable rate. Oh, let's actually see if we can research anything. The answer is no, because we need at minimum 1 million credits to research a new facility. And the facility we're aiming to research next actually costs 2 million. And it's the Hab Complex. It's right here. So while we're waiting for more money to come in and more in-game events to occur, let's go ahead and take a look at not Mercury as a whole like this necessarily, but more the map of Mercury. Now, doesn't that look cool? And actually, I've been noticing that the bright colors up near the North Pole of Mercury have slowly been dimming. You can hardly tell where it is anymore, but if you cut the map in half, look on the right-hand side, and very close to the North Pole, and if you look hard enough, you'll notice that there is a bit of a green and a bit of a pinkish tint to the planet there. And I think that's pretty interesting. That's what this transmission is. 2 free Genesis points for watching a transmission, for a short video. Let's go ahead and do that. I'll be right back, everybody. Alright, and we're back with 2 more Genesis points than we left with, and it looks like we've got a new culture point from a poet in Yedro. Very cool. Unfortunately, we don't have the ability to spend that culture point for another 93 minutes because we're playing on expert mode. And let's see what this transmission is. Mining revenue boost. We've got it, but thank you for the offer. And let's go ahead and check our stats one last time. We're 15% victorious currently. We're growing at a rate of 22 pascals per minute. We currently have 490 pascals of air pressure. We are currently decreasing at a rate of 59 millikelvin per minute. We have 718,529 millikelvin, which is roughly 2.5 times what our goal is, which is 287,000 millikelvin. We do not have any oxygen or any water, mainly because of our lack of air pressure. And we don't have a biomass tab because we are playing with biospheres enabled. We are currently maxed out at 596 inhabitants on Mercury, and we are earning 21,625 credits per minute. This transmission is advertising mining revenue boost. We already have that, thank you. We don't need any more for quite some time. And oh yeah. Hold on. Excuse me for a moment. Okay, I was about to sneeze. And I might still sneeze. So if I sneeze in the middle of a sentence, please excuse me. But what we're going to do is we're going to come over to credits, and we are going to spend all 10 of our Genesis points getting more credits so that we can begin immediately to research the Hab complex. And that will be done in 1 hour and 59 minutes, so basically in 2 hours. And I'll give us another minute or two for something interesting to happen. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and just watch Mercury as it rotates and experiences massive temperature differences, because I've said this before, but the side facing the sun is no joke about 800 degrees Fahrenheit, and the side facing away from the sun is almost 0 Kelvin. It's so ridiculously cold on the night side of Mercury. And the only area of Mercury that has a reasonable temperature is the area where it would be maybe like 5 to 9 p.m. or 5 to 7 p.m. or in the evening area of Mercury is where it's a more reasonable, maybe 250 degrees Fahrenheit. But that's what you get for living so close to the sun, Mercury, is you have zero atmosphere from having all of it blasted away by the sun. And you've got the most ridiculous temperature extremes probably in the entire solar system. But we love you, Mercury, and we are working very hard to make you less of an extreme planet. I'm gonna go ahead and decline this. I don't want to have a commercial break too close to the end of the video. Alright, and during an intense dust storm, over a dozen travelers reported seeing a huge stone face carved into the mountains near Yedborough. When the dust settled, it could not be relocated, but the witnesses insist that something is out there. Now, what would be really epic is if you end up colonizing every standard planet in TerraGenesis, or maybe if you colonize a certain planet in TerraGenesis, then you find an alien race that's been messing with all of the colonists the entire time, like carving stone faces during dust storms and then having them disappear, or like walking around unaided and just messing with the colonists. That would be that would be something really fun that could potentially happen, and yeah, it would be pretty funny as well, in my opinion. What do you guys think? Alright, and what's this transmission? Let's see. 2 free Genesis points for a video. Again, no thank you. We're good for this episode. And speaking of this episode, I think this is a pretty good place to push pause on Mercury. So, thank you everyone so much for tuning in. If you liked this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, please be sure to subscribe. I make tons of videos about TerraGenesis, about Minecraft, and other simulation and strategy games. We've got a massive meteoroid heading towards us. Let's go ahead and let it crash, because we do need more pressure. And now we have 3,635 pascals of pressure. That was actually really useful. So anyways, like I said, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel for more TerraGenesis and other general strategy and simulation game content. I try and release at least one video every day. I do TerraGenesis on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then Minecraft and other videos Tuesday, Thursday, and occasionally on Saturday. And that is enough of an outro for this episode, so thank you everyone for watching. This has been Eminough. This is TerraGenesis Mercury, and I will see you all in the next episode. Goodbye, everybody.